Anim Buju band members, today is Thursday, May 14th, and the sun just started coming out. Pretty cool. So, the mass today, we have a Pam Manthe that sent these to Byron Ninham and his wife, and she is donating them. And she says that the mask are the most recent style she has did, and they fit the faces better than the pleated ones. So we will donate these over to Health and Human Services as well. And thank you, Pam, for thinking of us. And that brings me to the discussion of the governor yesterday. I was really proud of the governor. I'm proud to call him my friend. And just the big challenges that he and Lieutenant Governor Flanagan for the state of Minnesota. And I think they're doing an outstanding job. And I know they're starting to lift some of the executive orders that he put out. And one of them is now stay safe. And we also need to make sure that we stay safe as well. And which brings me to the discussion of the letter that we are sending out tomorrow for all of the band members. And that discussion, and I'm asking for your opinion, your thoughts. Basically, the casinos shut down in March, in the middle of March. So that means we are not making any revenue whatsoever. And the revenue that we receive from the casinos and those businesses is what operates our government programs and positions. So we have a hard discussion going forward and how we're going to manage the programs and our employees when we haven't had any money coming in from the casinos. And talking with the corporate commission, they've been doing planning, they've been watching the trends, they've been looking at all the data that's out there, and the projected slow opening would be the first part of June. And so the letter explains what the processes are going to be for the corporate ventures to start opening up our businesses. And I would like to know what your thoughts are on that. And like I talked about, that we are going to get a stimulus, no per cap because we have no revenue being generated, but we are going to do a stimulus. And the commissioners wanted me to also state that all the deductions that would normally come out of your per cap, starting in June, the deductions will also start coming out of the stimulus. So please be prepared for that. And graduations, talk to the Commissioner of Education, and all the graduations for fifth grade, high school, whatever those graduations that we normally schedule will be done by virtual. And I will do a couple of those graduation keynotes as well. And thank you for education for thinking about that. And today we had a cabinet meeting, and that was the discussion about reopening. Of course, the casinos I mentioned will start to open in June. But what does that mean for band government? And when are we going to be able to start to open, and what will that look like? And so once we analyze the plans of the corporate ventures, that will give us the necessary information to share with you when band government is going to open up as well, and how will that look. Again, talking about we have no revenue coming in for our programs, and so we have some tough decisions to make and how we're going to move forward, and we want to keep you abreast of that. The comment I made yesterday, if you have any suggestions or questions, to send them through Facebook or through my email. And I did receive one from Hank. And Hank, thank you for that. And Hank is talking about economic development. Is this a good opportunity now to look how the band moves forward with economic development? And I think that's a really good question, Hank. And as we move forward, that is going to be some of the discussions that we're going to have, and we will report back to that. And I will also send you an email as well, Hank, about that. And if you don't know Hank, he is been an economic development professional all of his life, and he is always looking at what is the best approach for the band. So I do appreciate that. And wow, it's been months since we had the stay-at-home order, and now that the sun is shining and we're moving out, we need to really have some good, strong plans on how to move forward. We still want people to stay at home as much as possible. Um, Also, the elders, we are in that critical age when this virus can be very devastating to us. So we have to make sure we pay attention to what we do and how we social distance, our sanitizing. And the other alarming news that's happening across the country is now the kids are getting that, and they're getting these weird kinds of symptoms. It's scary across the board. And so I hope that as we move forward, that we really start to pay attention to that. And looking forward to any questions that you may have. And please remember that the deductions will be coming out of the June stimulus that you normally would have taken out. And we wanted to give a couple of months of reprieve so that you could kind of start this crisis period with your lives and your families. So with that, thank you very much for listening. Want to send out a thank you to all the employees that are working hard to make sure that the elders in the community have food for the children and the elders and others as well. And stay home, stay safe. Miigwech.